This is a review of the album entitled Ronan Parke, the debut album for Ronan Parke, the primary talent of Britain's Got Talent 2011, released by Sony Music on the Psycho label via the Modest management team. The album reached number 22 in the UK album charts, but didn't hang around for long, something which I think is a huge shame, but more of that later. Initially, let's go through the songs one by one in a cool, objective fashion before getting down to the nitty-gritty of controversy and opinion. The first track, Feeling Good, opens in a most awe-inspiring way with just Ronan's voice blaring out, "It's a new life for me." This is exactly the way to open a Rags to Riches via Natural Talent album as it is possible to do, and sets us up for the whole album perfectly. However, by the end of this track, one cannot help but feel that too many cooks are meddling around with the song, whether it be the uninspiring backing music, the utterly pointless backing singers, or the lacklustre production team. One can't help but think that something isn't right here, and one is left nervous for the rest of the album rather than excited. For this song, all that was needed was Ronan's awesome voice and little else. Next up is Forget You. Now for this song, all the weird backing singers and cheese-tastic backing music works excellently. This is a fun, bouncy song, sung in a fun, bouncy way for which the nonsense in the background actually enhances the end result rather than distract from it. One gets the feeling that Ronan genuinely enjoys this type of tongue-in-cheek, inner smile bounciness, and it comes across wonderfully. 1,000 Miles is the third track. For this track we are transported to a Ronan Parke as if Ronan was doing a set for High School Musical. It's a generic love song put together in a standard generic way and has nothing either amazing nor criticisable about it. It's a nice song, sung in a nice way. Fourth comes the emotional ballad Fix You. Can Ronan do sad? Can Ronan do depressed? Yes, he can, and he can do it superbly. Of all the tracks on the album, this is the one where he takes someone else's song and really stamps his own voice to it, like they were his own words. The only problem with this song is it's too short. After my initial playthrough of the album, this is the first track I replayed. Some very inspiring singing here. Number 5 is Because of You, the first chance we get to hear him try a power ballad. This is Ronan's biggest speciality, really belting out the lyrics as loudly as possible. While Ronan is perfect and sublimely good at this task, like the first track on the album, he is let down by some really ridiculous backing sounds, which, at one point, even verge on the comical. This worked for Forget You, but almost kills this song dead. Again, way too many cooks here. The sixth song returns to us to the soul style of the first track with You Gotta Be. I haven't really got anything to say about this song. It's sung well, the backing is okay. It's technically great, but I'm just not feeling it, and so I'm not sure whether Ronan was either or not. Luckily, next up is Make You Feel My Love, one of Ronan's signature songs, and it's clear here that Ronan really feels this song. The backing is understated, and it's just Ronan's voice which is carrying the tune here. This is what fans want from Ronan Parke, and this track delivers it well. Number 7 is Songbird, a slow and atmospheric ballad. This track is really nice, and I mean really nice. This is probably the closest any of his tracks get to being indistinguishable from any track from any other top-billing crooner. If this track was played amongst others during the slow dance phase of a disco, then no one would guess it was a song sung by a 13-year-old talent show winner, but would assume it was sung by a top-selling international name. It's not the best known of songs, but it's easily the most professional of the album. Number 8 is an original song entitled We'll Rock the World, and is the song on the album which is most pop-like. This could be Stock Aitken and Waterman, an Irish boy band, or Justin Bieber. It's light, fluffy and airy and has no saving graces other than Ronan's superb voice. It's tracks like this that make one realise that Ronan Parke could be so much more than he currently is. The lyrics are cool, Ronan is ace, but it sounds like the mixmaster is rocking himself to sleep rather than rocking us out of our chairs and onto the dance floor. This is followed by Stronger Than I Am, the second and last original song on the album. It's written by Gary Barlow and sounds very much like a boy band song. Again, it's nice, but lacks the oomph which marks Ronan out from the crowd. This would have made for a fantastic single from the album if the tempo was just that little bit faster, the high points just that little bit louder, and the backing a little more escalating and varied. Again, more evidence of what could be, with just a little bit more time, direction and imagination during the creative stage of the process. The album is finished off with 2 acoustic tracks, the first of which is Edge of Glory, an opportunity for some serious loudness. This comes as a pleasant relief to the album. Finally we can dispatch with the weird backing and just wallow in raw talent. I'm not a fan of the song itself, but Ronan has the amazing ability to make even songs I dislike fantastic. Firework is the last track and is also acoustic, and another opportunity for Ronan to be as loud as possible. And he doesn't disappoint. This is exactly why Ronan is such a great live performer. The stereo speakers being just a pale imitation of what it's like having this voice fill an auditorium. If only he can find a backing style to match his vocal presence, then I think he would be unstoppable. And so neatly brings me to the controversy and opinion section, the criticism and the review. Is this a good album? I'm not overly convinced. Ronan is superb, this is without doubt. But does it work as an album? Not really is the unfortunate conclusion. Having said that, I strongly recommend that everybody buys it, because it's a brilliant album, and I can assure you I don't say that very often. The primary problem is presentation. The album is entitled Ronan Parke, when this is an inaccurate title. It should have been entitled Introducing Ronan Parke. It's not Ronan himself, but rather Ronan Parke's CV, his resume of skills. It answers the question, can Ronan Parke sing? And is Ronan Parke any good? To which the answer is a resounding and undeniable yes. Oh my God, yes. But does one get to know who Ronan Parke is when one is listening to the album? Does one get what Ronan Parke is all about with this album? And no one doesn't. Because Ronan is so young, it's difficult to know whether one should be buying the album or not. And again, this is a presentation problem. The audience of Britain's Got Talent is everybody from 3 years old to 103 years old, both male and female. And the album's songs are a wide mix that will appeal to such an age range. From Nina Simone to Katy Perry, via Coldplay and Bob Dylan. However, prepubescent girls have made him their own, and in order to be a hardcore Ronan fan, one feels one needs to be in a very narrow category which defies the wide appeal of the album's content. The end result is an album which does not really fully appeal to anyone. Too adult for the little girls, but too childish and fluffy for the adults. My recommendation is that everyone should buy the album, because I think everybody should encourage such an awesome natural talent with undoubted international appeal. But if Ronan needs a specific image, and for that image to be a young girl's perfect man, then he needs to quickly drop the all-round talent and focus on the simple, catchy love songs. My personal opinion is that Ronan should find himself somehow, and then start kicking some artistic ass so that whatever he produces, everyone will know what a Ronan Parke album is going to be all about. I think this album has clues as to who and what a Ronan Parke album is. Happy, funny, bouncy, emotional, loud, flamboyant, professional and perfectionist, for example. But one had to work hard through the meddling cooks to find this rather than just sit back and soak up the atmosphere as we would with any established performer. I think people are scared to spoil him and are scared he will become too arrogant with his skills. But I say stuff them. Let him boss the show as much as possible. Who ever heard of a meek and unopinionated megastar? He should be able to say what he wants, and he should have access to people who can deliver that with the same professionalism he displays as quickly as possible, in my humble opinion. To conclude, I say go out and buy this album. If for no other reason, that it's the only complete work we have as yet from a remarkable, natural, pure singing talent. And this album should have something for everyone, even if later albums are more niche specific. Sorry. That's good timing, I've just finished. Don't worry, I don't do this very often.
That's fine.
Did it sound